What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday. It is September 25th, and we are back bringing you what I hope is a very informative video. If you've never been here before, we do it a little bit different. So we go through every game. We break it down. We look at the pitching. We look at the bats. You get into my mind a little bit. If you need a little bit more outside of that, check out the article down below that shows the pitching and the bats at each position. On top of that, if you do need a little bit more help, you can always go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can go to FTA Plus, $24.99 for a month, or you can check out a year pass. We have a lifetime pass as well. We have it all for you. We have MLB, MMA, NASCAR, NFL, PGA, and NBA in about like a month from now, I think, right at a month, or maybe a little bit less than a month. So we have a lot of information, and hopefully we bring it to you. We are very big into NFL. If you haven't checked the channel out, go check everything on the channel. We dig in a little bit. We do a comprehensive breakdown of the slate. We're not always right, but we come back to let you know that. So that being said, did not have a video yesterday. Sundays are going to be a bit hectic with how much NFL content we pump out, and it's only me there. And then if I have something going on Saturdays, it's very hard to get a video out for you. But I do want to let you know I will be here, and hopefully videos all week. We'll have a video on Friday. Don't think we'll have an MLB video on Saturday or Sunday. We will be down in Kansas City watching the Yankees at the Royals to end the season there. So just FYI there. Anytime, and if you're new to the channel, anytime a video gets at least 50 likes, you leave a comment and you are a subscriber, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. 100 likes equals a free month. 125 likes equals a free year. And anytime a video gets 150 likes on any video, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass. So we didn't have a winner last time. We only had like 35 likes on the video, which is odd to me. The views and the likes were down, so I think we're just getting part of the season where people are getting ready for NFL, or they're looking at NFL. So we have that. Let's try to get it for this one. This is a weird slate. If you come here before you look at the slate at all, that's awesome. But you're going to be in for a surprise. There's 3 games on this Monday, which is weird to me. We do have the Yankees game as the solo game, or the showdown, which you could look at. Just looking at this wise, if I'm taking, with showdowns, you got to have pitchers and hitters. Sometimes you got to have both sides of it. Just a little back in my mind here, Clark Schmidt would be one of my pitchers I'd use, probably not as the MVP or the captain or anything like that. Moving from that, probably looking at Judge, and again, it just depends on the lineup that comes out. This is a makeup game, rain game. Doesn't really matter for the Yankees. They're not going to make the playoffs. It has implications for the Diamondbacks. That's why they are playing this game. But just looking at this, bats-wise, obviously Aaron Judge, Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, I would be looking at. Depending who's in there, Estevan Florial, you could look at. You could probably look at Oswaldo Cabrera and Oswald Peraza. Just depends on the lineup that's out there. Because after this game, Yankees travel to Toronto. So it's a day game. So if they get this game in, the whole tropical storm thing, I haven't looked at the weather yet, so it'll be really dependent. If the tropical storm is a thing here, we can kind of look at that. Flip side of that, obviously, anytime you want to look at Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, Corbin Carroll, Gabriel Moreno, these are options. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., these are options that I would look at in a showdown here. Probably not using Merrill Kelly. If I am taking a pitcher in this one, it would be Clark Schmidt. So that being said, and I do apologize, it's a mess back here. My child decided to come down to my office and just pull everything out of every spot that it's not supposed to be pulled out of. So it's pretty neat. But yeah, let's take a look at the games. Got 3 games on the slate. Not the best. We've got some pitching. Again, 3 games, 6 pitchers you could look at. We'll look at them. So first game on the slate, we got the Rangers at the Angels. We got John Gray versus Patrick Sandoval. Gray, 84 plate appearances against them, 233 batting average, and then Sandoval, 72 plate appearances, 136, which is kind of surprising to me. But we can just kind of look at this. They're thinking it's Reed Detmers, DraftKings wise. He last pitched on Wednesday. So this might be a discretion. Little discrepancy here. We'll see. Maybe it changes to Patrick Sandoval. But we'll break it down with both of them. So just looking at Reed Detmers, if it is Detmers here, splits wise, he's faced Texas 3 times this year. 17.1 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 9 walks, 20 Ks, averaging 21 fantasy points, which is perfect for a 6,300 salary there, a 2.08 ERA there. And if it is Sandoval, so yeah, it could be him. It could be an opener that could come in. I don't know. Splits-wise, he's faced Texas 1 time this year, 2.2 innings, 4 earned runs, 13.50 ERA, and 4. So if it's Sandoval, I love a Texas stack. If it's Reed Detmers, I still love a Texas stack because they're both lefties. So kind of just looking at that, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Pitching-wise, on the other hand, John Gray, at 6,400, he is cheap. He's going up against an Angels team. He's faced them once this year, went 7 innings, 6 hits allowed, 1 earned run, only 4 Ks. Did get 16.4 fantasy points, which would be perfect here. His game logs recently, coming off a terrible game against Boston. He's actually had, this is the lowest price he's been in a while. He hasn't had a really decent game hitting value since almost a month, August 28th against the Mets. That's something to keep in mind. But again, there's not a ton of pitching options that we can look at. So batting-wise, let's take a look at the bats on both sides. I think you kind of know who I like and who I would expect on Texas. But let's take a look anyway. So looking at this, obviously, I love Corey Seager. I don't care if it's a lefty or righty matchup. I'm taking Seager. Adolis Garcia against a lefty, I love. Josh Young, I love. Mitch Garver, I'm always a big fan of Mitch Garver against a lefty. You could look at him. You could look at Jonah Heim, Josh H. Smith. It will really just depend on what lineup does come out for Texas today. Austin Hedges would be a very cheap option that you might not even be thinking about against this team. Now, that will be dependent if, Mitch Garver's the starter, then it's Jonah Heim, then it's Austin Hedges. Will really depend. Hedges will be a very under-owned, low-priced guy if he's even in. Something to look at. If for whatever reason you think the Angels are going to put up some runs or be able to do anything at all, I would be looking at possibly Logan O'Hoppe, Brandon Drury, Zach Neto a little bit, maybe Joe Adell, Eduardo Escobar, Nolan Schanuel, David Fletcher. But I'm more of a Texas stack and John Gray kind of gal today. Astros at the Mariners is next. You got Justin Verlander versus Luis Castillo, both studs. Verlander obviously is 75 years old though, but he's faced him a ton. 143 plate appearances, 263 batting average, 30K percentage there. Flip side of that, Castillo against the Astros, 82 plate appearances, 212 batting average, 24.4K percentage for him. So you just kind of look at this. Verlander's 8,500, Castillo is 9,300. So looking at Verlander, splits wise, he's actually not faced Seattle this year. Being with the Mets, they didn't face them that early. But then we kind of look at that, and we know who he is, though. Game log wise, it's been a couple of, it's not been the best lately. 12.1 against Baltimore at 10,500, not good. And we did not take him against Baltimore because of his price. He was outpriced on that one. Again, you got to get a little creative on a 3-game slate like this. Had a really good game against Texas, not a good game against the Yankees, good game against Detroit, fantastic game against Boston. He's pitching at home. He does have a little bit better ERA at home, and he's down to 8,500, which he has not been 8,500 since July 14th. He was 8,000 there, and he scored 12.5. So I might fade Verlander here. Then we look at Castillo here. Game logs coming off fantastic. 3 starts in a row. Not a good game against the Mets, and then good against Kansas City, White Sox. So at 9,300, he's faced Houston twice this year. 14 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 8 Ks, 18.5, which would be just under 2 times value for what we'd look at. But let's see, were those in Houston or at home or split? One was at Houston, and one was at home. The one at home was 4 earned runs. The one at Houston, 7 innings, 12 Ks or 3 Ks? 3 Ks. So his strikeouts were down a little bit, but you can see he's got 3 straight games with 8 Ks. I kind of like him. I think, in my mind, you got to get a little creative, like I said, with 6 pitchers, maybe 7, depending if there's an opener. Got to get a little creative, like I say. I think I would take Castillo over Verlander in this matchup. Looking at the bats-wise, let's take just a little gander and see what we've got going on. Obviously, with Houston, you got Yordan Alvarez, big lefty bat there. Michael Brantley's there. Kyle Tucker's another big lefty bat. Yainer Diaz, I do like him better against lefties, but if he is in there, it's an option for you if you don't want to go Castillo. Jose Abreu would be a cheaper option. John Singleton, again, is a tournament-only option, very contrarian. If he gets in, he's in. Alex Bregman, I would look at. Chas McCormick has hit a home run for us lately with our sports bets. We had Friday night. Was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night we won, I think, 600 total in sports betting with home run picks, with home run parlays. Round robins. McCormick was big there. Who was the other one? I can't remember at the moment. Yeah, we had a great Friday night. Didn't do any betting on Saturday. I didn't feel good at all. I didn't have any bets out. So, yeah, looking at this, Jeremy Pena would be a cheaper option. Jake Myers. It will really depend on the lineup that Houston throws out there. And then, flip side, if you think Verlander is going to look at, then let's see what stacks we would like against Verlander. I think he's a little washed. We'll see. So just kind of looking, the bats that I would look at against Verlander, obviously, big Julio. I would look at Teoscar Hernandez, who had a big home run on Sunday. Jared Kelenic would be a cheaper option. I would look at Eugenio Suarez, more of a tournament option. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, not surprised if he hits a home run today. Again, cheaper tournament option depending on the lineup that they throw out there. Dylan Moore, Mike Ford. Again, this is like for the division. Like there's three-team race here for the division. And you could look at just feel really good about these games should be fantastic games. That probably would be it for Seattle. Maybe a Ty France. I don't think he's going to be in. Josh Rojas could be a cheap option, but as you can see, not any red at all. I wouldn't trust him. So I would stick to the top here with the red and then sprinkle in, depending on the lineups, a Dylan Moore, a Mike Ford, or a J.P. Crawford in this situation. So I'm probably off of Verlander Day. I would rather take Castillo, but I do love the Mariners bats here. And I kind of like both sides of the bats. It'll just depend on what we've got. But my favorite matchup, there's a reason he's only 9,600 because there's only 6 teams. So he's going to be very high owned. But it's Blake Snell making what should be his final start of the regular season. He's the Cy Young winner. And he gets to pitch against the Giants in San Francisco. That is a dream matchup. I'm not even looking at San Francisco bats. I'm looking at Blake Snell, who has 118 plate appearances against this team, 155 batting average against him, 34.7 K percentage. We dig in, Cy Young candidate here. It looks like it's going to be Logan Webb. Again, with San Francisco, if you've been with us before, you know that San Francisco loves to not have their pitcher projected out or listed until a few hours before the game. But we're looking at this. He's pitching on the road where he's got a better ERA, 2.13 ERA. He's already faced San Francisco twice this year, 12 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 19 Ks. He's averaging 33.5 fantasy points per game against them, 0 ERA. Coming off just back-to-back 30-plus. He hasn't been this cheap since July 20th against Toronto. I'm all over Blake Snell. He's going to be the most popular pick. I understand that, but there's a reason. He's got the best he might have the best matchup of any pitcher all year right now at his price. And his price is that low because they're not going to put him at like his 11 or 12,000 salary with only 3 games. Now, if this were in fact even a 10-game slate, pretty sure that we would be seeing him at almost a 12,000. If not, we'd see more. He'd be more than 12,000. Then you got Logan Webb, if it is him, in fact, coming off a bad game at Arizona. He does pitch better at home, though, I believe. Yeah, he pitches way better at home. Has not faced San Diego this year. There is an option where I'm probably off of him, but let's look at the bats for San Diego real quick. So he'd be a Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Trent Grisham. I would even look at Garrett Cooper, Ha-Sung Kim, Jurickson Profar. It really just depends on what San Diego's technically still in it, and they've been winning a ton of games. They're trying to make it. They're going to put their best team out there. So it will really depend. Luis Campusano probably be the starting catcher today. Just look at the lineup. Obviously, look at the guys with a lot cheaper tournament option. G-Man Choi, I don't even know if he'll play. He would be an option. Xander Bogaerts has kind of had. He's not hitting the ball very hard, but I would look at that. I would definitely look into something like this as a San Diego stack. But I absolutely love me some Blake Snell, San Diego stack, maybe run it back with a Texas stack or Texas as the number 1 stack. It's a 3-game slate. Got to get creative, got to get crazy, got to get that bacon. So that is the breakdown. Like I said in the past, we have, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but we do simulations, 10,000 simulations throughout the day. Those 10, then we show the 10,000, we have them all up. So we do 2,000 simulations during these videos, and we show you the top 10 bats and top 10 pitchers. Probably not going to be top 10 pitchers because there's not 10 pitchers. So let's look at the top 10 bats as of now. These are through 2,000 simulations. I don't think it's going to be a surprise. It's basically made up of Texas right now anyway. 1 is Corey Seager. 2 is Marcus Semien. 3 is Adolis Garcia. 4 is Josh Young. 5 is Julio Rodriguez. 6 is Mitch Garver. 7 is Nate Lowe. 8 is Jonah Heim. 9 is J.P. Crawford. And 10 is Kyle Tucker. So just looking at this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the top 10 are Texas bats. And I don't think that's going to be a surprise. These will change a little bit, but I would definitely be looking at, if the simulations thinks it's going to be Texas over Texas, over Texas over Texas, shift a little bit. Go to San Diego. Now, the weather is a little concern. It is California, though, so it might change. So definitely look at this. But, yeah, definitely Texas is going to be the number 1 popular stack. If you want to bring it back and go maybe San Diego over Texas, I'm completely okay with that as well. Get creative, get crazy on a day like this. Have some fun. And that's all I've got for you. Be on the lookout for everything we have on the website. Go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Check it out. Hit that like button on this video. And come back tomorrow for tomorrow's video. Good luck on this small, weird slate. Let's bring up some bacon today. Peace!